All right, folks, we are live here at the Magic Kingdom. Hope everyone's doing well. We're actually sitting in the offshoot of the Main Street USA. We're on that little area to the side, and we are. Hopefully, everyone can hear me as I'm doing this. But we are on that little offshoot off of Main Street. We found a great spot to do this from. Um, I don't know. I have to be honest with you. I thought I set the thing correctly to be horizontal stream. Guess it's going to be a vertical stream today. Hope everybody's doing well. Michelle and I are having a really good trip, and well, the main thing. I guess I did actually get it to be a horizontal stream. I don't know what's going on, but the live streaming is not my thing. So if you're in the stream, tell me if I have it oriented the right way. Just let me know. I would appreciate it. If again, I have a couple people in there. If you could tell me if it's oriented the correct way or if I'm sideways, someone correct me. Let me know what's going on. The main thing that I want everybody to know is that Michelle and I are having a really excellent time. Just a couple things that have happened since last week. First off, yesterday at Epcot, Michelle and I had just gone to Epcot just to have a little bit of fun. And while we were there, we oh, sweating your butts off in Hollywood. There you go. But yeah, thanks for being here, Hannah. I appreciate you. But yesterday at Epcot, Michelle and I we're walking the World Showcase, and we're going through Italy. Yes, we are having a great time in Magic Kingdom. Hey, Paul, nice to see you. Hello, and Michelle's actually off shopping. She went into the store right behind me. She's in the fancy Mickey store across from the Emporium. I always call it the fancy Mickey store. But we are. Oh, Michelle's like poking her head in. I don't know if it would. I think she sent me an image. I can't really tell what it is, but I'm hoping I'm oriented the right way. If I'm not oriented the right way, everyone tell me. I was having trouble getting it set up, which is why I was a little late getting started. But anyway, yesterday we were in Epcot. We're walking through Italy, and I see a VIP cast member, and I asked them a question. Had nothing to do with where they were standing. I had something I needed to ask, and I noticed that it was one of the guest relation cast members had like the tartan shirt on. So I made a point to stop and ask her the question, and then she goes, "Hey, I'm watching over this VIP area for the fireworks for Luminous. Do you want to sit there?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." So Michelle and I and like 10 people were in that like little nook right by the Venetian poles that are in the ground right there by Italy, and we had a fantastic view. If you go to my Facebook page, you can see the actual viewpoint that we had for it. It was really great. We've had a lot of really good experiences. On this trip, we've a lot of really awesome things happen. We've had lots more cast member magic than we have seen in a long time. And it might have something to do with the fact that I have been wearing my birthday button. Yes, my birthday was this month, and I've been wearing the birthday button, but not all of it has been. We've seen a lot more cast member magic. Actually, we had a really great experience in line in Guardians of the Galaxy also yesterday, where I was able to ask the cast member. There was a couple in front of us who had never ridden Guardians before, and I actually asked the cast member as they got on the ride, it's like, "Hey, can you see if you can work magic and get them a second loop?" And she did. She actually got them a second loop, and it was really cool to see that the look on their. I saw them. We saw them after the ride, and they were like, "Oh, did you do that?" I was like, "No, I had nothing to do with that." So it was really kind of nice to have them get that second loop on Guardians of the Galaxy. We got One Way or Another. That was the song we got on Guardians the other day. Trying to think through some other stuff. Oh, our room. We switched rooms. We were staying at Old Key West last week, and this week we're staying at Boardwalk. And we have a great room. It's on the 4th floor. It does overlook the pool, but it's not really a big deal. Michelle and I are night owls anyway, so the pool closing. Hey JJ, thanks for hopping in. If you're a night owl, the night owls are we're definitely not a problem. At 11 o'clock when they close that pool, everything goes down and it's cool. And like I said, for those of you who don't know where I am, I'm on Main Street, USA in Magic Kingdom, and the Main Street is behind me. And we're in that little like cutout, as what do they call it? They call it the Main Street cutout. If you just heard that, that was the Friendship Fair fireworks from up front. I just had a really cool interaction with Grayson, the piano player. He was playing. He looked at me and he goes, "Hey, I can play the ragtime version of Happy Birthday for you." So he did. That was really cool, and it was really kind of exciting to have him do that for me. Very much appreciated him. And I also appreciate all the people who are here watching and chatting with me. That it's really, really nice to see everybody. Yeah, I love Grayson too, JJ. I love Grayson. He's so talented. He played Happy Birthday, and then he did a Peter Pan medley. I asked him for Cinderella, and he's like, "Oh, I already played Cinderella," because we had walked up like about halfway through his set, and then he played an entire Peter Pan medley. It was so cool. We have had some amazing meals. Michelle and I have, last night we ate at Topolino Terrace, and I had a filet mignon that was just amazing. We had a great visit the other day. Where was the meal at? My brain's blanking because I'm talking to the screen, so my apologies. We had Ohana earlier last week, and it was so good. Everything is kind of like updated. They did something different to the shrimp. Instead of just having the shrimp seasoned, like dry seasoned, they actually did a more poached seasoning, and the shrimp was even better than it was from the past. Like that a lot. We have dinner tonight at Ale and Compass, and then immediately after Ale and Compass, we have the after hours party over at Hollywood Studios. We are definitely going to review that again. We reviewed that a couple years back. I want to see if they've made any updates or made any changes to that, because that after hours party, in my opinion, in Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, it is worth the money, but you have to make it worth the money. That's one of the main things about those after hours parties, is that you kind of have to make it worth the money. And if you're not like actually actively trying to do it, you're just walking around hoping things are going to be good for you, it's not going to work. And that's one of the things that we kind of have to watch out for. And we're checking that out tonight. We do have dinner tomorrow with some friends at Narcoossee's. I gotta tell you about these things. So yesterday, Michelle and I went to Hollywood Studios, and we finally got to see the new Villain show. Oh my goodness, that is some good stuff. That Villain show, I was blown away with how good that Villain show was. I mean, that Villain show just, I rooted for Hook, mainly because I think Hook did a great job. I think Hook was my favorite of the three. I found out though, there are different endings. So if you cheer louder for the one that you really want, you're going to actually get it. And the main thing is that I'm sorry, JJ, I must have missed the first part of that. What was the first part of that? You said room to grow, something about room to grow. I didn't catch the first part of it. The main thing about that Villain show is that there's tons of effects. Cruella does 3 costume changes while she's doing the performance, and Maleficent comes out. Oh yeah, the Villain show. Yeah, there is room to grow for the Villain show. It does. I mean, you can tell it's still in the early stages, but I thought it was pretty good. I thought Hook was the best. For those of you who are Disney vlogger fans, Hook is primarily played by, I'm going to say it quietly because there's kids nearby. It's primarily played by Sage Starkey from All Ears. So he was there, and he was there when we went to go see it, and absolutely. The talent was absolutely amazing, JJ. You're absolutely correct. But the Villain show was cool. But the new Little Mermaid, the updated Little Mermaid, yes, we had to wait forever for that to come back for some weird reason. I know that the rumor was, it never got confirmed, that when they closed it for COVID, they also turned off the air conditioning in there, and then the whole theater went moldy. And that's the rumor. I'm not going to say that that's not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that that's the truth. But the new Little Mermaid show, so good. It's so good. Um, Michelle and I also got it's the puppetry is better. The use of the digital screens to kind of enhance the actors is really good. And so the Little Mermaid show was so much fun. We did get to see Fantasmic earlier last week, and Fantasmic has really, I think Fantasmic is finally the new version of it has finally settled in because it's now a lot more seamless. You don't have any. Like, there used to be more hiccups. There used to be more like the lights come on in the middle of the show. However, we did see one of the monkey boats hit the front wall. And the coincidental part about it was I had just turned to Michelle and said, "Hey, have you seen the viral video of the princess boats colliding?" And within seconds of me saying that to her, and I wish she was here to confirm it, the boat with the glowing monkeys that comes out first during the like transition. It was the monkey's fault. Yeah, something like that. He literally, I think there was a breeze that blew the boat because it was pretty windy, and he went corner first into one of the light fixtures right against the edge of the water, right up near the audience. I'm sure there's a video of it somewhere because someone was down there filming, I'm sure. But the nice thing is that no one was hurt, and all three of the boats came out later, so they probably didn't damage the boat, which was good. I'm trying to think what else to tell you. We had a really lovely time on the Skyliner. Actually, we've ridden the Skyliner a couple times in the past few days, mainly because we're staying at Boardwalk, and I want to say that for those of you who have never ridden the Skyliner and who are like, "Oh my God, it's got to be so hot," it's really not. The windows are open, the wind blows through. The Skyliner, and I always ask for a clear Skyliner because I like the view. A lot of people are like, "Ooh, I got to get a character one," but when you really get inside that character one, you realize that you can't see the character inside the Skyliner thing, and you really can't see out through that character either. So I want to make sure to say that. I do agree with you, JJ. I think the Skyliner is an amazing way to do transportation on the thing. And JJ, thanks for being so active in the chat. I know we haven't been able to meet up on this trip. I know you're here with your son, so I'll shout out to you and your son. Hope you guys are having a great day wherever you're at today. I don't think you told me, but I know that we've been trying to meet up, and we keep not being able to. I'll tell you what, though. Hey, Lisa. Michelle is out shopping, so I'll make sure to send your words on to her. Yeah, the Skyliner does. You're in Epcot on his birthday. Nice. Well, we're gonna be at Ale and Compass later, so maybe we can catch up. We have a reservation there around 5 o'clock, I think. We're doing that so we can easily walk to Hollywood Studios afterwards. And but yeah, I'm gonna point out that I'm in the cutoff here, so I'm. There you go. You texted her. Great. Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate you being here too. I know you're having fun over there at good old Steve Weiss Music, the best percussion distribution company in the world, in my opinion. Not sponsored. I absolutely love Steve Weiss Music. As a band director, buy your stuff from Steve Weiss Music. Like I said, I'm trying to be one of the. I'm doing this live stream because I feel I needed to get something out on Wednesdays because that's when I normally put my video out. But I was like, I'm not going to go somewhere where I'm going to bother people while I'm live streaming. So I came back here into the cutout. There's about 20 people kind of enjoying the shade back here and the quiet. Hopefully, I'm not disturbing anyone's time back here by doing this live stream. I try to make sure I set my angle so that I don't catch too many people behind me. But I did at least want to get down there. I can hear the Dapper Dans coming down the street. I can hear them singing. It's awesome. It's just being here in Walt Disney World. It just makes me feel. It helps settle the year. Like, I did not have a stressful year. My new job at Upper Darby High School is fantastic. I love it over there, and I don't dread going to work anymore, which is awesome. And I'm not just like no one from my work is watching me, so I'm just saying it. No one is watching me say that. I love working there, but being able to come here and kind of disconnect from everything. I even forget sometimes to answer my phone, and like it's so nice to be able to do that. And Walt Disney World for me is one of the best places to be able to do that because there's so much going on. I will I will say that it had that one of the things that I have noticed about Disney just recently is, and I was talking about it earlier, is that cast member magic appears to be back on the uptick, and I don't know. I think it's Josh tomorrow. I really do think so. The president of Disney Parks and Attractions, he seems to be on top of it. Now here's the cool thing: him and Bob Iger, the current CEO of Disney, were in Boardwalk's hotel today. They were just there. I thought I caught a glimpse of them because I saw all this security, and I was like, is that Bob Iger and Josh tomorrow? And apparently they were there yesterday. They slept overnight at Boardwalk, and they were still there this morning when Michelle and I were leaving. I wasn't going to bother them. That's not who I am. But it was really cool to know that they are like actively showing up in parks and being a part of that kind of stuff. So having Bob Iger and Josh Tomorrow, who I personally think, yeah, hoping to meet me, lies. um, um, Tomorrow, I think they are. This is my opinion. This is no. I have nothing to base this on, but this is based on just my personal observation. Tomorrow seems to be the one that they are kind of pushing at being the new CEO, and I hope he is because he seems to care about the entire Disney product. Unlike Chapek, who you all know I'm not a fan of whatsoever. I felt that he was a terrible choice because he took away a lot of that free, the happy, the things that made people happy in the parks. And I understand. Look, I'm the first to admit that there are a ton of just terrible guests. I'll just be honest with you. There are some terrible guests. I made a comment the other day about my biggest pet peeve in Epcot are the people who now think that they can leave their strollers along the fence of the World Showcase to save themselves a spot for the fireworks. No, I move your stroller. I put it where the strollers are supposed to go. Sorry, not sorry. I'm being honest. Like it's just there's that. I know that's a small thing, but there's I've seen a lot of some guests making some really terrible choices. We apparently there was a guest. Yeah, that was what I was just about to talk about. JJ saw a fist fight at Tron. So he sent it to me, and I actually asked the cast member about it, and she didn't confirm it, but she didn't deny it either. She was like, "Well, I know that we had to have an incident earlier that and we had to deal with it." And I was like, "Yeah." And here's the other thing: I know back home it's really hot, but yesterday in the Hollywood studios we saw a lady totally have to get carted out, like a young woman, like mid 30s, get carted out because she was obviously dehydrated. Make sure, especially my friends back home in Philadelphia who was having that heat wave at 100 and something today. Please make sure you're staying hydrated. That's really important. Michelle and I always get our free ice water at the quick service locations. If you don't know about that, just walk up to any quick service location, say, I want some free ice water, and it all works. Yeah, hot is not even the word, Lisa. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's like dreadful. Honestly, it's funny because it's, let's see, my watch says it is 90 degrees here. It's 90 degrees, and it is sunny behind me, but it's not. There's a nice little breeze, and it's going through. It's kind of keeping things relatively on the cool side. I'm only going to stick around for a couple more minutes because Michelle and I have to go ride Pirates. We have a rule. Yeah, it is cooler here, and Michelle and I have to go ride Pirates. It's our rule for being in Magic Kingdom. If we don't ride Pirates, we didn't actually come to Magic Kingdom. We're going to go wait in that line. We do not have lightning lanes today. I've actually been working on a video today on the hidden gems. And some of the hidden gems I've already hit on today is the Princess Fountain, Drizella and Anastasia, actually the corn dog that's over at Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. I talked actually about this cutout. I also talked about the secret path between Big Story... Storybook Circus and Tomorrowland that goes underneath Tron. I talked about the cinnamon roll over at Gaston's Tavern, and actually, because it can't be this channel without me making a joke about it, the bathrooms next to Gaston's Tavern, because no one knows they're there, and they're always clean and they're almost always empty. So making sure that we're just doing that kind of a hidden gems tip video. I also talked about Walt Disney's window at the beginning up here at the front of Main Street that faces Cinderella Castle. So I've been doing a little bit of those today, and hope that video should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping people will enjoy that one. But I also make sure to add the Carousel Progress as a hidden gem, because that line was like walk on for everything. Everything's been kind of high today, and everyone was walking on Carousel Progress, which should never happen. It should always have a weight, because it's something Walt touched, and it's great. I love the Carousel of Progress. That's why the channel is called Carousel of Douglas. So it's it's the whole thing. Michelle's probably on her way. I think Michelle's on her way back from shopping soon, and I am going to. Oh yeah, what'd you learn? What's your new fun fact about C of P? Carousel of Progress. What's your new fun fact besides? Oh yes, the birds. Yeah, I do. It's Mary. They're actually the animatronic birds from Mary Poppins. See, I love that ride. They're the actual ones used in the movie Mary Poppins. Yep. See, I was right. I got it. Yeah, that's really cool. The robins in the first scene. Yep. Yeah, the robins in the first scene are from the actual movie Mary Poppins. I'll tell you one thing that's interesting is that they took out the cool ship. They took out the cool ship refreshments over in Tomorrowland, and the thing on top of cool ship, if you don't know that, that's actually from Flight of the Navigator. And I don't want to know what they did with that prop, because that prop is that the whole shack is gone. So I'm hoping it either comes back in some other aspect or something like that. But yeah, that prop from Flight of the Navigators is gone. And also, for those of you who are also like those kinds of like dark secret things or hidden secret things, there's a refreshment station in Echo Lake where they sell frozen Cokes. If you look to the left of where they have the frozen Coke machine, you'll see the Rocketeer's outfit, and that's an actual prop used in the Rocketeer. The lines have been long today and yesterday. They haven't been long for most of the trip, actually. So we've been able to. Yesterday, I will say that we did get in line for. Where were we? Oh, we got in line for Guardians the other day, and it said 85 minutes. This is the line that I was talking about earlier, where we got the two people to get the second loop, and the line for Guardians said 85 minutes, and it only took 40. So it was marked less. But yeah, so we had a good run we've had a good run with lines. I do have lightning lanes scheduled for Friday and Saturday, because those are our last 2 days here in the parks for right now. We are coming back again in Labor Day weekend for Food and Wine Festival. We always like to come down for Food and Wine Festival, also because that's when we renew our annual passes. That's mainly because we bought them in September because of them closing them down for a while, then finally opening them back up, and we had to buy them in September, so now we have to renew in September. So now we just have an excuse to come down over Labor Day weekend. That's just what we do. I do appreciate all of you who have stuck out through this entire live stream. JJ, happy birthday to your son. Actually, this is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey, there you go. That was for JJ's son for his birthday. Lisa, thanks for chiming in. Paul, too, thank you very much. It was nice to have all three of you in there. Chiming in, so I didn't just sit here and talk to myself, because I don't do these live streams very often. So actually having people in and watching was really kind of awesome. And again, I was only doing these live streams from the parks here because of not being able to be to put up my regular video on Wednesday. So I was like, oh, I'll do live streams on Wednesdays. So here we go. This is my live stream. It's been a blast talking to you all. Michelle and I are going to go ride Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm going to finish up this Hidden Gems video. And then, like I said, we have dinner at Ale and Compass, and then we're off to Hollywood Studios for the after hours party. I've really appreciated you all being here. If you're new, if you haven't been on my channel before, hit the thumbs up button, hit the like, subscribe if you're new, and thanks, Lisa. We'll be safe, and thank JJ, you too, and happy birthday again to your son. And we don't like to say goodbye because we're going to see you real soon. So we say, see you, bye.